Okay. Everybody got a Keen Online card?
Yes.
I'm going to explain what they are and what they do, okay?
And if you missed them, I'm sorry. I was
Yes.
kind of speeding.
Everybody got one of these magnets?
Yes.
Okay, please.
No.
Who?
I got it. No.
All right, everybody got one of these magnets? Please, 988. I want everybody to remember 988. And I'll explain why in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
Your suicide awareness cards. Please put them in your wallet. Please put them in your purse. Please carry these everywhere. On the back has the signs and symptoms, so watch out for suicide. Okay? Our job as leaders of the American Legion, when I say leaders, I'm talking about the whole family, is to memorize this. That way if we run into a brother or sister that needs help, we can help them. So please, remember this stuff. Okay? Guys, when you go back to your house, do me a favor, take all those magazines you have in your bathroom, take them out and put the stuff in there. So that way you can study. Okay? I know that's where I study, okay? We're going to have fun in here, okay? This right here, it's a sticker. Put it on your folder or whatever you use, go to your post, that way you remember 988. Yes?
I didn't get one.
Okay?
What are you holding up?
The stickers.
Just give them a whole packet.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
think those.
All right?
All right, if you didn't get the sticker, raise your hand. Well, I'm getting my steps in.
This one right here. Okay, this one right here. It's accidental life insurance. Everybody here is entitled to this for free.
Okay.
Do me a favor, when you go back home, there's a online thing right here. Go in there and join. You've already paid for it. You're a member. It's $5,000 accidental life insurance, as long as you're a member of the American Legion Auxiliary Sons. Okay, because what is a rider? It's one of those four first, right?
He needs a package.
Okay, so take this, sign up for it, please.
They said coming from the meeting.
What in the
And
army?
they said carry your hat with you all the
Right.
time. So you always
Okay,
wear
so
flowers.
listen.
Your own candidate.
Let me give you an example. If you're a member, sign up already, and you leave here and you get in a car accident and you die, guess what your family's going to get? $5,000. Okay? It's free. Join. Take care of your family a little bit, okay? Please. That's why I'm making sure you guys get this information. All right? Thanks, Dan. Eric, can you come on up here, please? I got a seat for you, man. This right here. Okay? This is to be the one. It's National's version of Project Vet Relief. Go ahead, Eric. Can you make Erica a
I
pack?
can, I sure can.
Okay? Thank you, buddy. Okay? Yes, sir. Okay? Please, if you don't have anything, come up to the class afterwards and get it, okay? So it has the warning signs. Same thing. 988. All right? Please, memorize this stuff. The PACT Act, we're going to cover a little bit about this. If you're a Vietnam veteran and you have a medical problem, now is the time to put in for a disability. And I'm going to cover that, okay? But make sure you know this information. Some of you have the FDVA, and some don't. I apologize, I did not bring enough. I did not expect a class this big, but get with me, and I will make sure you get it. Okay? I will show you the website to go to get it, and you can have them all you want, okay? But please.
Someone can have mine. I volunteered to the AV.
There you go. There you go. Right there. Let me grab that one. Yep. This one right here. Guys, girls, we all know we're going to go upstairs, downstairs eventually, right? It's going to happen. Please. Page, I think 4 or 5 in here has a checklist of everything that the family has to have when that happens. I ran out of these too, so please get with me and I'll make sure you know how to get them, okay? I'll mail to you. I'll do what I got to do to get to them, okay? That way the family is ready when it happens. Worst thing that can happen is a widow comes in, I don't know what to do, I'm lost, I'm scared. Guess what? They're ready to go. And it's free. please, okay? I will make sure you get your hands on one of these. Yes, sir.
These are not published on the website anywhere? Like in
I
digital format?
don't know, but I'm gonna make sure you get it,
Yeah.
okay? So it is page 7. Page 7 has a checklist of everything that families have to have. All right? DD Form 214. I have so many widows that have no idea what a DD Form 214 is. Please. Right, or 15. Okay? So, and I'll cover that in a little more in class. Okay? So please, okay? Get with me. I'll make sure whoever makes them to you guys. Okay? So let me introduce myself. Yes, ma'am.
Larry, what is that called?
That's the Essential Planning Guide. Okay? I will make sure you get some.
Okay,
Okay? I don't have any more with me today, but I'll make sure you get some.
perfect.
So my name is Larry Roberts. I'm the Veterans Entitlements Chairman / Benefits Chairman. So my job is to connect the dots for you. You walk in my office and say, hey, I need help. What kind of help you need? And if you can't explain what help, I'm going to dig it out of you. You might not even think you need it, but I'm going to make sure you get that help. Okay? I got a gentleman here that I promise you, he'll get it out of you. Okay? I'm going to show a video first. And I don't care who you are, you're going to cry. It's going to show the struggles that I deal with every day. It makes me cry. Okay, but I want to show that to show you what we're fighting as leaders. I'm going to help you fight that battle. I'm going to help you help another person fight that battle. I promise you. Okay?
Contact information.
Here's to be the one. We're all being the one right now. Thank you for coming in here. Thank you. Okay? Let me give you my name and phone number. That way I don't forget. Okay? My name's Larry Roberts, VA Entitlements Chairman / Benefits Chairman. My phone number is 850-718-7773. I am more than willing to come to your post to give the same class. All I ask is you invite the whole family. Gentlemen, I hate to say this, ladies pay more attention than we do. It's a fact.
That's a fact.
Okay? So that's why I always encourage they invite the auxiliary. Plus we're family. Sons, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Because why you're family and you can help with this stuff too. Okay? So I'm going to show this video and then I'm going to introduce that gentleman right there. Okay? Yes, sir.
Can you repeat that number again?
Okay.
Now everybody's afraid of you.
Don't write that fast.
850-718-7773. Okay? Now we're going to be kind of rushed. So, and I apologize. They're giving me 1 hour with that projector. That doesn't mean we're going to stop. I got 1 hour with the slideshows, and after that we'll keep going, okay? But please, I'm going to go through it quick. If you have any questions, concerns, that's why you guys all got this. So that way we continue on. All right?
Smarter than I am.
You want to go ahead and play the video? Where'd my video guy go? Okay. Now this video is from 5 Finger Death Punch, Wrong Side of Heaven. That's low. Okay. Take a look at the tattoo. They're brothers. Who's willing to be the one to fight that battle? I know I am. Everybody here should be the one fighting that battle. Okay? Be the one. Please, be the one. That's our brothers and sisters. I'm going to introduce two gentlemen right now. One, this man goes out in the woods every day and finds those guys and girls. I've been out there with him. This guy does some miracle work. As you can see, I'm very passionate about that because that's our brothers and sisters. I deal with that every day. 5, 6 phone calls every day. I get a call. On the way up here, I had a mom call me. Their son was ready to commit suicide. I said, ma'am, I got you. I got you 6. I talked her through who to contact, and she was calling me back. I'm in. Thank you. So thank you for being here. Okay, thank you. You first. Because you, short though, short. This is my homeless guy. He's also been my brother. Both these guys are my brothers.
Can we turn
Okay.
the lights off here, please? We can't see.
Huh?
Lights.
What lights?
Thank you.
Okay, that's my brother right here. Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself. I got to take a minute.
Some of you were in the class earlier, we talked about homeless veterans. My name is Jim Burke. I've been out in the woods for the last, as you can see, the last 8 years feeding homeless veterans and homeless people in general. They're out there, they need our help. They need our help. They don't know it sometimes they need our help. But those who do in the class maybe share with the other people some of the do's and don'ts of going out there. Never going to camp alone, never going to camp with too many people. Always ask permission to come into a camp, tell them who you are, tell them why you're there. I got some free water, can I give you some water? Start out nice and slow, okay? Go to mobile feeding sites where we're feeding homeless veterans. Qualify a veteran, ask them three questions. Where'd you go to boot camp? What's your MRS, or what did you do, and where were you stationed? They don't know that because that's beaten into you. They don't know that, they're not a veteran, okay? That's the story, okay? Thank you.
Okay, next gentleman, this guy right here, he's a miracle worker. Okay? As you know, Project Beverly has 12 strategic partners. This guy right here, okay, he's a badass Marine, I know. I'm telling you right now, he works miracles with horses. Okay? So, Eric, you got Con?
4 days ago, I had a widow from a Marine. Her husband was a Marine, and her husband had passed, and she came to Spirit Equine Therapy. What I get to do with horses is incredible. What I get to do with people is only done through God. And I tell you that to tell you this. None of my horses are broke. A lady asked me the other day, she goes, "Who broke your horse?" I said, "He's not broke. I've had him his whole life. He's not broke." She goes, "What do you mean he's not broke?" When we break a horse, we basically beat him into submission. We basically say, "I'm in charge. We're going to screw things up my way today." Basically, every one of us went through boot camp. We got reprogrammed. Well, it was the first day. Forward! Take a 30-inch step with your left foot, sir. And we all took a step. And we learned how to walk, talk, eat, shoot, cut our toenails, everything we learned how to do with military bearing and precision. This woman said something to me I'd never heard before. I've gone to the Marine Corps ball since I was 17 years old. We've always set a table for the POW-MIA. She gets, "Sir, my husband was a prisoner of war ever since 1967. He was a Vietnam Marine, but he was a prisoner of war. And where was the prison? Right here. Now we call it post-traumatic stress disorder, or post-traumatic stress. For those of us that actually know, it is a stress, and it's post-traumatic, and it's imprinted to a level you can't even understand. There's 3 ways to imprint. There's an initial imprint. That's what I do with my horses. I teach them how we work together, and I promise you I'm not in charge most of the time, because I have enough sense to know that something that smells better than I do, listens better than I do, sees better than I do, may have a freaking clue. And the sooner you realize you're not smarter than your animals, the quicker you're going to become able to speak to them in the way they need to be spoke to. I have hundreds of pictures of servicemen and women with my horse face buried in their chest and them wrapped around that horse because they're making that connection. That spiritual connection. They don't care what you look like. They don't care what you sound like. They don't have any prejudice whatsoever. They don't care the color of your skin or the accent in your voice. They just care about your spirit. Most everybody that's been there, with the exception of 2 people, have had a solid spirit and have connected with my horses. I didn't learn this, but she said to me, he was a prisoner of war since 1967. Now there's spouses in here that know that their spouse has been a prisoner of war since they came home. They deal with it every night at 3 o'clock in the morning when the demons come to visit. And the first thing to fixing any issue you have is first realizing you have one. I've learned more in 3 years doing spirit equine therapy than I've learned my entire life about the human spirit. I did a funeral out at the National Cemetery 3 days ago for an Army veteran. Last month I did one for another Army veteran, and prior to that, a Marine. We were just taking the body out to the cemetery because the spirit was already gone. But that spirit is what makes you who you are. And one of the recent things that we went to, I had a man tell me, I don't believe in none of that spiritual shit. Marine Raider. I said, you ever seen anybody die? He said, yeah. He goes, I've seen a bunch of people die. I said, you ever looked in their eyes when they passed? And he goes, yeah. And I said, when they went from here to gray, when their spirit left their body, that's spiritual. That's who you are. This body you're packing around ain't who you are, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let your spirit stay damaged. Get the help. Get the help that you need so you can function again and start to have a life. Because your happiness is your responsibility. It truly is. To take this shit to the grave with you doesn't have to happen. Through incremental steps and reprogramming, you can reprogram your subconscious out of the post-traumatic stress. Dude, you're full of shit. I've seen it happen. I've watched grown men crying like a baby wrapped around my horses. I had a young lady come into my round pen, and she was brought to me by 2 of the doctors. And she said, Eric, we're pretty sure this lady's not going to make it another 2 days. She's going to commit suicide. We're almost positive that's going to happen. That we just can't do anything. Can we bring her to you? You can bring her to me, but the only person that's going to help that lady's God. I'll give it the pathway. She came into my barn. I gave her a saddle, a pad, and a bridle. She said she'd ridden before. Introduced her to my horse, and my horses will stand in the wash right. You ain't got to tie anybody up. They don't have anywhere to get away to. Hey, we're going to be right back here in a minute anyway. We might just stand here. When I got done, I gave her everything she needed, and I left her alone for some time to bond. And she spent about 10 minutes bonding with that horse and doing her thing. And when I got up to her, well, I helped her adjust the tack because most of it wasn't on properly. We had a curb chain over the nose, and it was different. Took her out to my round pen, put her in a walk. She's walking on the back of this horse, and she was doing very well. Put the horse into a nice little trot, and they're trotting together. And I said, wow, this lady, she's ridden before. She's sitting this horse really nice. And then I bumped that horse up into a canter, and she started, a canter is almost like a gallop, but it's just a little slower, more control. And she is just rocking in the chair with this horse, and it looked so incredible. And then it began. What you saw on The Exorcism don't have shit on what I witnessed in that round pen. That woman had to come apart like you can't even imagine. And I was like, I just stepped out of the round pen and I closed the door, and there's a doctor on each side of me. And they said, what's happening? I said, I have no idea, but God's got this. About 7 minutes later, that woman walked to the center of the round pen, and she was just like us. Just as cool, calm, and collective as you could possibly imagine. She went from Yosemite Sam. You remember how you used to get pissed off to the highest of festivity? I mean, that guy's shooting guns and raising hell. Right down to just Mother Teresa. 2 days later, her son called me and said, well, you know, you saved my mama's life. I said, no, sir. God did that. Give him a chance, guys and gals. Give him a chance. Realize that you are a prisoner of your war. And that prison is in your mind. Just like you hear people talk about, you can't lock me up because I control my mind. Your mind is your responsibility. If you need help getting it right, there's guys just like me. Spirit Equine Therapy, that's what we do. Visit my Facebook page. It's S.E.T. and then Spirit Equine Therapy. And look at some of the stuff that goes on out there at my ranch. I promise you, when you shut the gate to come onto our property, you've left the demons behind. It's incredible. Had a 77-year-old Vietnam vet at my house, I guess about a month and a half ago now. He called me 2 days later. He said, Mr. Anderson, this is one of the top 5 things I've ever done in my lifetime. 77 years old. Top 5 things he'd ever done in his life. I just had a young lady that's been out to the ranch. She went and got her a horse charm to put on her wristlet. She's got 2 charms. God and that horse. Guys, I'm telling you, it's real. The passion runs deep. It runs real deep. And there is no fear, no issue with asking for help. That's all I got for you. I just want you to know,
Eric,
we are the Band of Brothers.
you got an upcoming event, don't you? Can you tell everybody about that? October?
I think it's, what, do you know the date?
October 18th.
October 18th, we're doing a fundraiser at my house. And I'll have some, one of the things that makes my spirit equine therapy different is my horses we shoot off of. We don't shoot real bullets. There's no projectile. You don't have to dig a foxhole to watch us do it. But they're shooting blanks that are good out to 22 feet. If you look at cowboy mounted shooting on the internet, I got a 4-year-old stud I just won the world on, the AAA world on him in cowboy mounted shooting out in Amarillo, Texas. The unbroke stud, okay? My teammate, not my broke horse. But we get to shoot. The last retreat we had at my house, I had 5 vets out there. The first day out, they all got to meet a horse. In the afternoon, we went and we shot guns. I got a pistol range out there. The next morning, we went in and we hung out with the horses and we got to ride the horses. In the afternoon, we went fishing. I got a lake it's stupid full of fish. The next morning, I put them all on the back of horses and they got to shoot guns off the horses. And we took a picture of them shooting the guns, and then they got a t-shirt with their picture of them shooting the gun off the horse. And you want to talk about badass on every freaking level? That is it right there, okay? I used to tell people this will cure an erectile dysfunction, but I don't know it works for everybody. It sure works for me, all right? I told you that to tell you this. I think it's, what's the date? 18th of October.
18 October.
18th of October. You're welcome to come out and check it out. We'll have some shooting going on. But if you need to come out there sooner than that, don't freaking wait. Come on. Come on. And if you got somebody you know that needs this shit, come on. Seriously. Let's do this. Let's hang out with some ponies. Let's get an opportunity to mesh a spirit that will never judge you. My name is Eric Ryan Anderson, and I approve this message.
Eric, can you bring your phone number real quick so we can talk in?
My phone number is 3. Listen, if you forget what it is, it should be up in the ladies' room. It says for a good time.
I knew it.
Whatever. All right.
It will be after the class, I'm sure.
It's 352-455-0803. Send me a text. Send me a picture. I'll send you some pictures. And if you go on my website, we take pictures all the time of these majestic critters. They're not mine. They belong to God. I just get to be their chaperone. That's cool, okay? That's all I got for y'all. Thank you. Have a good one.
Eric, I got a seat over here. I got a seat.
Oh, you want me to stick around?
If you want to go, you can go.
Guys, I'm just short of bleeding through my shirt. They did therapy. All right.
Oh, here we go. Oh, boy. All right, ladies, stop.
Ladies, calm down.
Eddie's serious. Have y'all seen what they do when they do that whatever it is surgery? They stab you and then they blow your stomach up and then they do the operation through your stomach. Well, I just had that done and I'm telling you what, my little chicken ass is a little bit in a hurt locker.
That's when you don't have health insurance. You got the insurance.
Yeah, if I got insurance, I'd have been better off. So, hey guys, thank you for having me. Thank you, Larry, for having me. I'm going to step out.
Yeah, Mike, go ahead. Quick. Well, you wanted to. Go ahead.
What town is the fireman?
Yeah, where's it at?
It's Webster,
Oh,
Florida.
I'm sorry, it's in Webster, Florida. It's 7 miles south of the largest flea market in the southeastern United States. Okay.
So you can
And
shop
hey,
and shoot.
if y'all want to just come out and feed the horses or come and say, hey, Eric, I plan on being out there around 10 o'clock in the morning, or I plan on, when you say you're going to come out there, what I'll do is I'll feed the horses at that time so you guys get to meet all the horses. You ain't obligated to stay more than 15 minutes. You don't want to. Just come on out and check out the ponies and check out what we do. It's all about doing the right thing for the right reasons. And a lot of the reasons we can do that is because of Project Vet Relief. Pet the hell out of her, please.
All right,
I'm Mike Ziegler. I'm part of the Project Vet Relief Committee. Don't pet me, please. All right, so what we do is we provide assistance, temporary emergency assistance to our vets in active duty and their immediate family. But also what we do is we also have another piece of suicide prevention. All right, so we have both those two pieces. All right, and he already kind of touched, he's going to do it a little bit more, hopefully, in the class, is our strategic partners. He already said it. Eric is one of our strategic partners, and we've got, with him, 11 others. They actually work together. All right, our strategic partners work together. So you'll have a veteran, they'll have a doc, counselor, and he even said it. Docs will have their patient. We're here. We're at this point. Hand them off to this other service. Because this Project Vet Relief, we wholeheartedly believe that as a veteran, what works for me may not work for you. It probably won't, truthfully, because we all went through different things, have different personalities. So we have all these different strategic partners to work with it. Canine Line, service dogs, spirit equine therapy, horses, counselors, you name them. They're all there. So when you're in your post and you run into each other and you see the problem, get the help, pick up the phone, do resources, get a hold of him. He'll pass them off to us. We'll pass them off to our partners. Be the one to save one. He's got another catchphrase.
Yep.
All right, all these little catchphrases to where we're not being at least one of the 22 a day. All right, so now I got to get going. He's got to teach a class.
Sit down. All right, I want you guys to remember this phrase. Please remember this phrase. I see you. I hear you. Let's work it out together. We're a family. So when somebody comes to my office, I see you, I hear you, let's work it out together. I don't want anybody to say, oh, by the way, here's just a phone number. No, let's make the call together. To make sure that person feels like there's somebody that's got his back. Remember that phrase, I see you, I hear you, let's work it out together. Yes, sir.
I never heard that before. Usually just say, you hit the phone number if you're feeling bad or whatever, and thank you for saying that.
Right. So together. I don't know how many times I see somebody, well, he gave me a phone number, and it goes right out the trash, and some veterans walking out the window. Because why are they going to make the call alone? They feel like they've been pushed away, ignored, but if we do it together, if that phone number don't work, we're going to try another one until we get that help the veteran they need. I've spent 6 hours on the phone trying to get a homeless female veteran off the street. And got it. I didn't give up until we got that resource. Okay? So I got like 15 minutes to do my slide presentation. There's like 24 slides. We're going to go quick, okay? But you guys have it. So if they come and get my projector, we can keep going, okay? So I'm going to try to go over as fast as I can. Please, if somebody has a question, quickly, because we don't have much time, okay? All right. So like I said, my name's Larry Roberts. I'm the Veterans Benefits Chair. I have every point of contact you can imagine. I got over 200 of them. So when I get a veteran that needs help, I'll dig deep, dig deep, dig deep. This gentleman right here knows that. Okay? Well, you know it too. Okay? So I'm going to find the resource that we need for that veteran. You just call me, boom, we're going to talk it through. But I see you, I hear you, let's work it out together. Next slide. Where's my next slide go? Oh, no!
You fired your slider.
Okay, how many Army guys we got in here? All right, the Army created the Soldier's Creed. I want you to remember a couple lines in the Soldier's Creed. All right? I will never accept defeat. How many veterans in here get denied their VA claim? Do not give up. Do not accept defeat. I'm going to show you how to beat that. 90% of the veterans get denied the first time. 90%. So expect it. But it's okay. Because guess what? they gotta back pay you from the date you submitted a claim. So if it takes 4 years, and I hate to say that, it takes 4 years, they gotta back pay you. So think of it as a savings account. Try to be positive. Okay, try to be positive instead of negative. All right? I'm gonna show you tricks of how what the VA is looking for. The VA will not tell you they're looking for this. But I've been doing this for 14 years. I know exactly what they're looking for. How I know that? I won 5 of my own claims doing it myself. Okay? Veterans helping veterans. If you are in active duty, the reserves or National Guard, and visited a doctor, hospital, health clinic, or any other medical facility while you're, for any reason, this could be thousands of dollars for you and your beneficiary. Okay? Literally, if you went on sick call and you got a problem right now, and one of those medical problems you're having the problems with now, you got a claim. Okay? Can I get you these slides?
Show me. Where?
It's right here.
Okay, gotcha. I got you.
Okay, veterans helping veterans. It's not on there. You guys have this right here, right? It's hard to see. I apologize. Apparently, it didn't come up on that. This is the number for all the county service officers in the state of Florida.
She click it again.
Try it again.
Is it that arrow?
Down.
Down arrow,
There you go. Okay? That is the number to all the county service officer. If you have a post-service officer that's filling out the claims, we do not fill out the claims. We help you, so kind of think of the post-service officer as a paralegal. We help you collect the evidence, doctor's opinions, buddy letters, and so on. The county service officer fills out the paperwork. Why? It's a legal document. If that goes up and gets denied, we don't want to be liable. Let the people that get paid to do that part. Our job is to help you connect the dots, doctor's opinions, buddy letters, the evidence that you need. Okay? And this stuff works. I promise you, it works. Next slide.
That highlighted. Okay.
Why does it need to help veterans? Multiple extended deployments. I myself, I went to 3 combat tours. And that was before even Afghanistan kicked in. I was in Germany walking down, that didn't count as combat. I went to Desert Shield Desert Storm. I went to Bosnia. And also, people don't know this, I went to Arizona, help Border Patrol, drug smugglers, and terrorists coming across. It's been going on for years. It ain't nothing new that terrorists have been coming across. Okay? It's not new. I was active duty and got called up. So I kind of consider that as active duty because we got paid, combat pay to go to because it was bullets flying in Arizona. All right? Right now we're not 22 a day. We're between 40 to 44 a day. Commit suicide. The VA says it's 17.5. The VA only counts the ones enrolled in the VA, which is only 10% of the veterans. Okay? And where I get that number from is mission roll call. You go on mission roll call, you can see they break it down to the T. How many suicide, how many hang-ins, how many gunshots, how many this and this, drugs, everything. They break it down to the T. And where they get that information from is other psychiatrists around the whole United States. And morgues, and all kinds, okay? So that's why they come up with that number. Basic eligibility I'm talking about enrolling in the VA. Any veteran, any person who served in active duty, who was discharged, released under conditions other than dishonorable, may qualify for health care benefits. If the veteran was dishonorably discharged, come and see me. We'll put an appeal in, try to get you upgraded to least and other than. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but we try. Yes, sir.
I just want to clarify, it's not just active duty, it'd be guard and reserve that get activated.
Right. I was going there. Okay. As long as you have that DD Form 214 and deployed or called up to active duty, you're covered. Okay? Am I right?
You are correct.
All right. Now, Amika. Yes, sir.
It has to be Chapter 10 and not for police.
Right. We're talking about active duty called up by the president, not by this governor, but by the president. Okay? So I'm going to give you an example. These Marines that are getting deployed, Trump called them up. They're getting called up at active duty status because the president ordered them in there. Okay? Right? Enrollment. To enroll into a VA, you go to any VA facility. Any VA facility. Send that veteran down to us. Go enroll. Now, I hear this. Veteran says, they told me I make too much money.
Yes.
Okay, let me explain that, okay? The VA is broke down by 8 priority groups. Priority group number 1 is any veteran that's 50% disabled to 100% disabled. Okay, 2 is 40 to 50, and on down the line, okay? Now, priority group number 8, anybody with a household income of under $43,000 may qualify for VA healthcare. The reason for that, and I hate to say this, is because there's no way the VA is going to be able to handle every single veteran. There's no way. But there's a way around that. And how a way around that is you put it for a disability. You can make $1 million a year as long as you get even a 10% disability, you're in.
Even
That's-
if your household income's higher than.
Yep, you can make $1 million a
And
year.
you're right, they don't tell you that because I've been told 3 times I do not qualify.
That's why, right, that's why you gotta put it for a
Service
disability.
connected, you get it. I get it.
Okay? Once you get a service-connected
I'll tell
disability,
you
even
my
10%, and guess what? This class is gonna help with that.
I'm at 70%.
All right?
Okay.
All right? So there's ways around everything. It just takes a little bit
I'll tell
longer.
you my story later.
All right?
Next. or-
Next slide.
Okay. Sorry.
Important documents. What's the most important document?
DD.
Gentlemen, please make sure you know where your spouse knows where that's at. There's nothing worse than a widow coming in, my husband passed away, and she doesn't even know where the DD Form 214 is,
Carried my wallet.
and don't know where it's at. I got snowbirds come down. The wife goes, I don't know where it is, and I don't know where it's at, and it's up north. There ain't nothing I can do for you. Except for try to order another one, which, by the way, is going to take a little while. Okay, so please, please, tell your members, DD Form 214, the spouse knows where it's at. My brother lives in Jacksonville. He's got a copy of my stuff. That way, if my house burns down, I got another copy somewhere. Okay, so think about that. The only one's going to take care of you is you yourself, right? You really think the government's saying, come on, let me help you out?
No.
No.
Not going to.
Okay, they're not going to tell you everything. So you are the only ones that take care of you. And I'll help. Okay? Good. Along with the most important documents,
Medical record.
medical records. What else? Kids' birth certificates, marriage certificates. Make sure you, huh?
Your divorce decree.
I wasn't going to go that way, but okay. All right?
Which one?
So please, those are very, very important documents, especially if you put in for a disability claim, because why? You get additional payments for having family members. Okay? Additional pay. And I'll go over that in a second. All right?
And the divorce documents are required if the spouse dies and you put in for the action.
Right.
I'm sorry,
I don't have much time, okay?
Work in
Now,
progress.
there's 4 tips of beating the VA. 4 tips. You have to complete 3 out of 4 tips to beat the VA. All right, I'm going to tell you what they are. Tip number 1, have a well-grounded claim with evidence of a medical condition that either started while you were in the military or pre-existing condition that was aggravated by a stint in the military. Keep all records in a folder by oldest to newest and highlight tab. What I mean is, like I said, the only one's going to take care of you is you yourself, right? You've got to make it so simple that a kindergartner can figure this out. If you put in a medical disability, get that record, highlight tab, make it so simple they can't miss that page and that sentence or whatever you're looking for. Okay? Trust me, when they're going through those documents like this, and it ain't highlighted tab, boop, where'd it go? Okay? So remember that. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2. Now, how many people in here are okay on a computer? Raise your hand. How many people in here have a kid, say, the age of 16 to 40? Raise your hand. How many people have grandkids or kids that are, say, 5 to 16? Raise your hand. Use them. Use them. Why? They can find everything you want to know on that computer. Everything. I mean, literally everything. Okay? Things that you don't even want to find. They can find it. So please use them. I got a 10-year-old grandson that helps me with all this stuff. I got PTSD, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got it. If that doesn't work the way I want it to work, it causes the trigger. And what I do is I call that gentleman right there. I've called that gentleman and just talked for hours. Don't be afraid to reach out to your battle buddies. Buddy checks. How many people go in here do buddy checks? Raise your hand. Every Monday, I go on Facebook, Buddy Check Monday. Please check in. You'd be surprised how many people say, hey, okay? Please, can we talk? No problem. Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's go hang out. All right? Sometimes by doing that, people say, hey, somebody cares. Maybe I want to talk to him. All right? Number 2. Go back.
That was 2.
Okay, so this right here, if you're not that good on a computer, don't worry about it. All right? If you're pretty good, okay, grandkids, blah, 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 okay? This right here has the rating scales for disability of what the VA is looking for a disability. But you got to know medical terms. I'm going to give you an example. I got a defibrillator pacemaker. I'm 100% disabled. At 41, I died. The VA put this in me, now I'm Iron Man. Okay? Nobody laughed? Wow. Okay? I guess that's why I tell my grandkids I'm Iron Man. That right there, I'm going to give you an example. I go there, I go to search bar, go to cardiovascular,
5 years ago.
switch all the way down to defibrillator pacemaker, 100% disability, boom. But you got to know medical terms. If you don't know, if you don't have a doctor or nurse, somebody to help you maneuver it, don't let it make it too hard, okay? This one. Tip number 3. This right here is the icing on the cake to beat the VA. It's called a nexus. It's also called a doctor's opinion. You get a letter from your doctor stating your present condition is more likely than not directly related to this you in the military. You got to have that to beat the VA. If you don't have that, you're going to get denied every time. I promise you.
From a private doctor too?
Private doctor, but it has to have that statement, or 51% chance. Okay, and how the doctor came up with that opinion. You have that, it's icing on the cake. Yes, sir.
What would you say if you got poisoned by an inoculation that the VA gave you?
Then you go to another doctor and ask them. I mean, I can't tell you.
What were the end results?
Yeah, you got to get a doctor to agree with you. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You got to get a doctor to agree with you.
Something.
All right, you got to get that. If you ain't got that, you ain't gonna win the claim. I promise you. I'm just telling you what I've used and it's worked. And whenever your veteran I sit down with, if they complete that, they got a claim. All right, next slide. Tip number 4, I call candles on the cake. So think of your disability as a cake. We're building that cake, right? Cake ain't no good without the icing, which is the doctor's opinion or the nexus. The cake's even better with candles on it, right? This is the candles. Get a letter from your family stating how it is to live around you with your present condition. Their family sees you every day. They see and hear you of what's going on, right? So for that example, if you put in for a disability for hearing loss, and the wife always has to repeat herself, or say the volume's too loud or whatever, have her do that. Have her do that. Okay? The reason why these are important is, you do these, you submit them, it's called a buddy letter. The VA will come back and say, we don't accept buddy letters. Okay, you're right. But you put in the VA and warning that you're ready to fight this thing all the way. So if you get denied 3 times, the 3rd time they'll ask you want to go see a judge. Yes, I do, because I got the nexus letters, I got the buddy letters, I got evidence, I got everything. You go in front of that judge. So what happens is when you go to your C&P exam, that's your physical for your disability, that doctor has 15 minutes to make a decision on you. There's no way that doctor's going to know everything that's wrong with you in 15 minutes. There's no way. So the buddy letters evens the odds. And the judge looks at that. So if you got 3 people saying this, and the doctor is teeter-totter, pretty darn close, the judge may say, go ahead. Or the judge may say, hey, I got 3 people saying this, I got a doctor saying this. He may say, I want another doctor's opinion.
They call that pejorial evidence.
Right, okay, so that's the icing on the cake and the candles on the cake. Those are the most important. So remember, 3 out of 4, Evidence, tip number 1. Tip number 3, doctor's opinion. And tip number 4. 3 out of 4. If you complete those, you got a claim. Okay? And I'm more than glad to look at that stuff before it goes up. All right? So we'll make sure I hereby certify that the information I have given is true to my best knowledge and belief. The reason we have to put that statement in there is because we're not doctors or nurses. Okay? So we have to put that statement in there. You guys got it in here, right? All right. Next is letter, which is doctor's opinion, and the buddy letters. Those 2 things are the most important. Okay? Usually 90% of the veterans that get denied is because they don't have a doctor's opinion. Most of the time. Okay? Or the doctors don't want it. You gotta find that doctor. Find that doctor. Okay, go ahead. So I said I apologize, but I'm trying to go fast because we only got a couple more minutes. Service-connected disabilities. It's tax-free. Tax-free money. You raise your hand. You deserve it. I want to crush a myth right now. I got veterans saying to me, I don't want to take away from one of my brothers and sisters. You are taken away. You are taken away. I'm going to tell you why. For every 500th veteran that is enrolled in the VA, they have to hire another doctor, 2 nurses, and more facilities. And more funding for the veterans. You raise your hand, you deserve it. Think about that. Think about your brothers and sisters. We need more doctors, we need more nurses, more facilities. I'm not going to lie to you, we need it. So please, be one of the ones to do this. Also think about your family. If something happens to you today, guess what? If you got a disability, at least the family's going to get something too. Okay? So remember that. Go ahead. Here's the pay chart. It's in your little packet. And I know you may have to have a magnifying glass to read it. I'm sorry. So 10% disabled. $175.51. Tax-free. That's your gas money, right? Or take your wife out to dinner a couple times. You go to Disney, it's only one night. All right. So there's three key numbers there: 10%, 30%, and 100%. The reason why 30%, because guess what? Now you get additional funding for your family and your travel, for your medical appointments. Okay. And there's another number, 0. If you get a 0%, does not mean you were denied. That just means they don't recognize it's bad enough to pay you. But you got your foot in the door. You got your foot in the door, and now you can say, once it gets worse, you can go back to the doctor. Hey, it's gotten worse. Yes. Boom. Simple, right? So don't get discouraged if you get a 0% disability, because that means you got your foot in the door. You're just not getting paid yet. Okay? 100% tax-free. 100% with spouse is $4,050.04. Tax-free.
No tax free.
Okay? I'm going to get there too. Okay? So think, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Just a real quick question. What if you're not married when you apply for this, but you get married after?
So if you get married afterwards, make sure you take that marriage certificate into the county service officer, okay, and report it. That's why it's important that you report this stuff. If you are married and you get your disability, it's not on there, please go back and fix it. All right? Any child under the age of 18, okay, same thing. You'll get a little bit of extra money. All right? Next slide. Additional allowances, like I said, 30% or more, child under 18 to 23, now 23 if they're in school. So if the kid is 19 and going to college, guess what? You can get some more pay. As long as they're in school. All right? If you're 100% disabled, permanent total, guess what? Your wife gets to go to college free and learn a trade. And your kids get to go to college tax-free and go learn a trade. Up, okay? So remember that. Remember that. The benefits out there. Go ahead. Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTS. I always have the D. Eric doesn't like the D. That's fine, okay? But if you put it for a disability claim, you have to put the D in there. Until the VA changes that, post-traumatic stress disorder. All right? Do not put in for PTS because you're going to get denied all day long because the wording is not right. So please. Now, I got a question for the ladies. How many times have you asked your husband to take out the trash and they forgot and you get on them? Raise your hand. Eeyore, I know you forget all the time. Okay? How many times have you asked them to do something and you got to get on them, right? Please stay off them. They might have PTSD and their short-time memory loss. I don't hear no laughing. The wives ain't going to go for it. Okay, I get it. I get it. Yes, yes.
I was gonna say the wife can't give me the PTS.
That's true too. That's true. Okay. So I want. No, okay. This is for 50. So remember that little card I gave you, the 988 card, the small one. Those right there on there. Okay. Memory loss, the names, clothes, relatives, occupation, social impairment, difficulty establishing and maintaining effective social relationship, anxiety, sleep impairment, depressed mode, mild memory loss. So like I said, if your wife asks you to do something and you forgot, blame that. My wife ain't going for it no more. I tried. It don't work. Okay? But I'm just letting you know, try to use that excuse. See how long it lasts. Now I got a question for you. All because you've been diagnosed with PTSD, does that mean you'll lose your guns?
No.
Nope. As long as you're going to your doctor, get treatment, taking your medication, doing whatever you got to do.
Just don't tell them.
And keep
Okay.
it
Just don't tell them.
I can't tell them that. I can't tell them that. What I don't want, what I do not want, is nobody not going seeking help. Please, if you need help, call me. I will hook you up. If I have to send you to Eric, if I have to send you to get a dog and canine line, or if I have to send you to soft missions, or wherever I got to send you, I'm going to send you there to get you the help you need. Huh?
Vet centers.
Vet centers, I'm going to get you the resource that you need. Okay? And not only that, I'm going to get you down here, like Eric said. You're up here with this PTSD, I'm going to get you down here. If I have to put you on a race car with I Got You 6, we'll put you in a race car. Whatever we got to do to get you back to work down here. And while you're there, I see you, I hear you, let's work it out together. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Next slide. Agent Orange. Vietnam guys, raise your hand. Or girls, raise your hand. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I will say that every day as many times as I can. You guys did not get the welcome home, but I'm going to give it to you. Why? Because I look at you as my dad.
That's right.
World War II and Korean Wars, those are my granddads. Vietnam guys, you're my parents. You're my dads. You taught me. Iraq, Afghanistan, they're my brothers. Afghanistan, they're my kids. So it's Desert Shield, Desert Storm. That's the way I look at it. Am I right, Eeyore? You are my fathers. I give you all respect that you deserve. I promise you that. Okay? I'm sorry, I get a little emotional. It's just the way I am. Because I'm tired of my brothers and sisters being. Okay. All right. So these are 13 symptoms. You cannot put in for PTSD itself. You'll get denied all day long. PTSD is what caused the medical problems. Ischemic heart disease, diabetes, leukemia, those things. Okay, I had veterans say, I want to put in for PTSD. You can't. Why not? Because it's not a medical problem. These are the medical problems. Yes, sir.
You were saying PTS, you mean Agent Orange?
Yes. Thank you. Sometimes my mouth was faster than I think. Okay. Okay. The two most common medical problems with Agent Orange is what?
Diabetes. And
Ischemic heart disease. Those are two most common. Okay, but there's 13 of them. Please, gentlemen, ladies, if you have any of those symptoms, put in for the PACT Act and get what you deserve. Give it to your family. They deserve it too. Okay? Please. That's why I'm here to help you. Next slide. These are the rest of them. Prostate cancer, Parkinson's disease. Okay? I'm not a doctor, so some of those medical terms I have tongue twister. Okay? Hypothyroidism, Parkinson's, bladder cancer. All right? Next slide. Now, There was 48 stateside bases that Agent Orange was sprayed before I went to Vietnam. All right? So when I hear the VA saying, well, you was in the ground in Vietnam, okay, but I was in one of these places. Okay? So if you're stationed in one of those places, get a hold of me, because guess what? I'm going to print out those places along with your DD Form 214 that you were there. Now you got a claim. Okay? Avon Park, right out my back door, was one of them. Also during World War II, they were dropping bombs with mosquitoes. With chemicals in the mosquitoes back in World War II. Okay? They were dropping empty shells with the mosquitoes in it, so when they hit the ground, all these mosquitoes were released. Next slide. Death benefits. We're all going to go upstairs, downstairs. Eventually, it's going to happen. If you think you're not, you're in the wrong business. All right? So please, make sure your family knows what? DD Form 214. Then, if something happens, contact me or the post service officer or the county service officer. Okay? I'm going to get you the help that you need. Please. It's the worst thing in the world when a widow comes in crying, lost, and confused. Okay? So, please. Next slide. Okay, the VA National Cemeteries, headstone markers, presidential certificates, burial flag, reimbursement of burial expenses, burial allowance, plot allowance, and military funeral honors. Those are the things that every veteran's entitled to. Honorary discharge, every veteran's entitled to that. Free. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
What about the burial at sea?
That's a whole other subject, but yes, you get burial at sea. Okay, it's in that book, the Essential Planning Guide, the point of contact for that. All right? Next slide. Veterans Benefits Guide, the FTVA handbook I gave you guys, okay? You can also go on the website, Florida Veterans Benefits Guide, okay? That should have been 25, I'm sorry. Okay? State benefits, property tax exemption. If you're a veteran that's 10% to 9% disabled, you get $5,000 off your property tax. Okay. If you're 100% permanent total, you know what 100% permanent total pays? Zero. I think I pay $100 or for fire and a bunch of little other things, but I can't control that, okay? So, please, make sure your family knows this stuff. Go on that website, Florida Veterans Benefits Guide. Boom, it's all right there. You can see all this kind of stuff. Let your members know about it. You'll be surprised. Hunt and fishing licenses. All kinds of stuff. Veterans tag, exactly. I gotta keep this rolling, okay? Next slide. Veterans preference. Any veteran that was Army discharged gets a 5-point veterans preference. What that means is they're equal to a civilian that has an associate's degree. If it's a combat veteran, 10 points. Now you're equal to somebody with a bachelor's degree, right? If you're a combat veteran and you have a disability, guess what? You almost got that job guaranteed. For county, state, federal jobs. Why? Because they get a tax break for hiring you. Okay. We don't get the tax break. They get the Huh? Well, I can't control that. I'm just okay? I can't control that. I can only tell you the information that I know. Okay. That started during the Civil War. President Lincoln made that happen, okay? Go ahead, next slide. Veterans discounts. This falls under the local. How many people here know about VetTix? VTIX. Me and my wife went to a Bon Jovi concert for $5. Yeah, $5. Okay? Professional baseball, football, hockey, NASCAR, all kinds of goody things on there. You got a joint VetTix, which is free, totally free, VETTIX.com. You join, and you go on Florida, and you see what's available. You click on it, boom. Okay? Now what happens is that, yes ma'am?
During military holidays,
Mm-hmm.
national and state parks are usually free for
Right,
veterans.
right. So, I'm gonna give you an example. The Rays, how many people know hear baseball? Raise your hand. The Rays gives free tickets all the time. RaysBaseball.com. You go on there, salute the service. You join, they'll tell you how to join. Okay, it's on ID Me. Once you join, you go back there and it tells you what games are free. The weekday games, but they're free. Okay?
It's on ID Me, right?
Yeah, well, you have to go to RaysBaseball.com and they'll talk to you how to get through ID Me. Okay? Military.com.
All right.
Okay, military.com. Military.com, you can join that, it's free. And they tell you everything that's going on with all the armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, even the Space Force. Okay? They have all kinds of discount stuff on there. I saw on there one time a 14-day cruise for a family of 4 for $1,200. Hello? So you want to know what's going on with all the branches right now? Military.com. I get an email every week, and all the VA stuff coming up, blah, blah, blah. You get to see it before even the VA puts it out, because it's right there. All right? Next.
Larry,
Yes, I got to go fast. I'm sorry. Okay.
real quick, on that website govx.com, they have a travel drop-down menu. So you can get travel on there now. Most often, it's usually carry-on or whatever you bring with you, but most of the airlines will waive your check bag fees if you were a veteran. I know for a fact Allegiant does that.
Okay. Women veterans. Ladies, raise your hand. Thank you. Let somebody mess with one of my sisters and see what happens. You're going to have an army behind you. I promise you that. Okay? You're my sisters. I'm going to treat you like a sister.
Next one.
All right? Next slide. The PACT Act. Okay? Please, if you're a veteran, sign up for the PACT Act. Okay? From Vietnam to now, the burn pits, the Agent Orange. If you got a medical problem, put it in now with the PACT Act. Please. Okay? I see my projector guy went to my projector, so I got to kind of speed it up, and I apologize. I kind of said that. I'm not done yet, but so we're going to go quick. Oh, okay, there we go. So the PACT Act, guys, please check into it. Please take care of your family. Okay? And watch the speed going home. Okay? Please, nobody needs to leave here and get a ticket.
Larry,
Yes.
can I get 2 minutes at the end?
Quickly, because I gotta.
Can I do it?
Projector guy, you wanna come and get the stuff?
Can we do it now?
Yes. All right.
Real quick, I want to tell you a story, okay? I was in the Coast Guard, okay? Coast Guard, ha. I was on a Navy converted cutter from World War II. It was full of asbestos and lead-based paint. I had open heart surgery 5 years ago, died on the table. 2 years ago, I had prostate cancer. I applied to the VA. Within 3 months, I got 70%. Now, they're telling me, talk to the psychiatrist, they said you have PTSD. I said, no, I don't. What'd you do? I recovered drowning victims, dead bodies. 1969, Camille Hurricane hit Mississippi. Worst hurricane to ever hit the United States. I spent a week on a 40-foot boat, picking up bodies, putting them in bags, and taking them to a trailer. I've got PTSD. So no matter what you got, file it, I'm telling you, okay? There's the argument. You think Coast Guard, they didn't do anything. Well, I'm the living proof, okay? So file. Toxic exposure, lead-based paint, okay? Anything like that. Talk to a service officer, talk to your clinic. I would never done any of this. I had gone to the VA clinic for a sore throat. We started doing medical history, okay? Thank you.
So guys, thank you. Hey, girls, guys and girls, please come up here, do the QR code. Let the department know if I did good or bad, please. Please.
Don't get too excited.
Can you give me that?
Please do the QR code, okay?
You can do it off your sheet. You can do it off of the last page.